Good morning, boys and girls. Today is our last video of the week for math because Easter is coming up and you have Thursday and Friday off from school. So I decorated my little space and we're going to do a little activity with jelly beans here in a few minutes, but I wanted to show you some Easter eggs that I had decorated many years ago. They're called Pisanki eggs, and this is an egg that a friend of mine had created for me. And you use dyes, and what you do is you use dyes like you normally would, but there are much darker dyes that go along with them, and you create your design with wax. And when you dip your egg into the dye, the wax keeps it from covering over the whole egg. So you start out with the lightest color. You dip it in the lightest color first, which would be the orange, and then you do the red, and then the last dye you would do would be the black. And you keep all of the waxes on, and then that way your pattern comes out. And then when you're finished, and after you've let it set for a few minutes, then you warm up the egg just slightly, and you rub the wax off, and then you polish it with the wax that's left, and then you end up with these beautiful eggs. This is one my friend made me. Isn't it gorgeous? And then she showed us how to do it. I have a couple examples. Here's one of my examples that I did, and you see that I put my wax on first because it's white, and then I dipped it into yellow, and then I finally dipped it into the pink, and then there's my egg. And what you have to do first before you do any of this is you have to blow the egg out of the shell. So you poke a hole with a pin and both ends, and that's like a little push pin, very, very sharp, and you put the egg up to your mouth and you blow at this end, and everything comes out the other end. And that way you can keep the eggs forever, because these are real eggs. And here's another one that I made. Wasn't really great at this, but it was fun. And so there's a little bouquet of flowers that I made one time. And I'll bring it closer to look. This is her egg, much prettier, very pretty egg. Okay, are you ready to do some math now? Great. Well, what you need first is a plastic egg filled with jelly beans. And Mom and Dad can do that for you. They can fill the jelly beans up. You just pick up a bunch of jelly beans, put them in. And then what you're going to do is you're going to open those jelly beans and put them onto a piece of paper. Then you need to sort them. So look at all the different colors we have. You see all the different colors that we have? Well, what we're going to do, I put it on this piece of paper. I should put it over here because I'm going to use my Sharpie. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to create little circles to put our shapes, our colors into. So I have red, so I'm going to make a spot for red, and I'm going to write the word red there. And then I see I have green, so I'm going to make a circle for green. Yellow. Black. White. Got to put one here for purple. And pink. Well, what am I missing? Orange, that's right. So I'm going to put one here for orange. Wow, I think I have a lot of the colors, don't I? Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to sort them. So I'm going to pull out all my reds, put them here. Oops, one's disappearing. There we go. Greens next. Then I have yellow, black, purple. What's this color? Oops, can you see it? There we go. White. I'm going to move the screen down just a little bit so you can see better. There we go. White, orange, and pink. Now here's where we get into number comparisons. We can take a look and count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red. So I can put that number right here, 6. I have 4 green, 2 black, 3 yellow. Just by looking at it, I can tell that. That's called subitizing. If you can tell just by looking, then you can subitize. There's 2 again, and 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go, 5. So now we can compare. What color do I have the most of? That's right, I have the most of the red. I have 6 red, I only have 5 pink. So that's good. And then I have some that I have the exact same number. They're equal sets. White, purple, and black are equal sets. And then I also have orange and green are equal sets as well. So the least amount, the greatest amount is 6, my red. The smallest amount, the least amount, is white, purple, and black, because those are all the same and I just have 2 of those. So now what we can do is we can go into making a graph. So that's a really good practice in number comparison, by the way. You said you can compare your numbers. I have more red than black. I have more yellow than black. I have more orange than black. I have more orange than purple. I have more orange than white. I can also go the other way and say I have less orange than red. Orange is less than red. Pink is less than red. Green is less than pink. And I can work with comparisons there. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a graph using our jelly beans. So I'm going to move this over here so I can pull this all over. And we can use another sheet of paper to create our graph. Okay, and that's another way to compare our numbers, is using our graph. We can use it and do a number comparison that way. It's easier to see which ones. A graph helps us to see things quickly when we're using them. So our graph, I'm going to draw a line going across the bottom so I can have them all on the same line, and then I'm going to put a line up to the top. So I'm going to put my colors, and this is what I'm going to call, we'll call my jelly bean graph. We label our graph, jelly bean graph. Let's put jelly bean count. Our colors are going to go here, and the amount is going to go up the side here. We're going to go up that way. So we're going to start with we'll go ahead and start with our red. And we're going to put our jelly beans on the graph. Oops. Just like so. Okay. And let's go in rainbow order. What do you say, boys and girls? I don't have a blue, but we can do it the best we can. Okay, here we go. So next would be red, orange. And make sure they're side by side so you can actually see that I have more red than orange. And then our yellow. And then green. Purple. And then we can add our other colors. Let's go with pink. Some of them don't want to roll the right way. And then we'll do white. And then black. And then our graph is finished. And now you can see, I'm going to move this page over. Very gently move this way. There we go. Now you can actually see, a graph makes it more plain. It helps you to organize your information. We had taken the information, we sorted our jelly beans into colors, and we wrote our numbers down, but we had to look all over the page to find our information. And so a graph puts all that information into a better organization, and you can very easily see, and you can compare your numbers a little easier. So now you can see that I definitely have more red than any other color because of the way they're stacked. And I can see that these three have the same amount. These two have the same amount as well. So you can see my largest number, my greatest number, my least numbers. You can compare and see that 6 is 2 more than 4. You can see that 4 is 1 more than 3. You can see that 4 is 2 more than 2. That 4 is 2 more than 2. And you can see where the 5 is 3 more than 2. And also that 5 is 1 more than 4. So our jelly bean graph helps us to sort and to organize our information into something that is easily understood. So I hope you had fun watching our video today, and you can